Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel for another recipe video. I'm Derek from Simnett Nutrition. We've got my girlfriend Crystal with us because she's gonna be showing us how to make her amazing high protein vegan chili.
So I've been making this a lot because Derek and I live in Canada and it is getting cold here. And I think that everyone needs a good chili recipe in their back pocket.
Yeah, they definitely do. I mean, it's so warming and it's so nutritious. You can just put so much in here. And if you guys are interested in the exact nutrition that's in here, like the macros and all the nutrients and everything, stick around to the end of the video because I will be going over it.
The best part about this recipe is that it's super easy, so let's get started. So first we're going to start by cutting all our vegetables. So we're gonna start off with cutting some onions. We are using 2 small onions because we got a bag of them, but if you have a medium or large onion, use that. Next, we're going to cut 3 cloves of garlic and chop 3 carrots, and then chop 3 stalks of celery. So once the veggies are cut, you're gonna wanna put them in a preheated saucepan. This chili recipe makes a lot, so make sure to use a really big saucepan. We also added a little bit of oil to the pan, just like really lightly, just because this is a non-stick saucepan.
No, it's not a non-stick saucepan.
It's not a non-stick saucepan.
It's a stick saucepan.
So we added a little bit of oil, but if you want a water saute, like feel free. Make sure to saute the veggies until they're soft. Next, add half a block of firm tofu and make sure to crumble it really well. Next, we're gonna add some spices. So we're gonna start with 2 teaspoons of cumin, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and then 2 teaspoons of liquid smoke. If you don't have liquid smoke, just add an extra teaspoon of smoked paprika. We're gonna saute this together for a few minutes with the veggies. If you find you have stuff sticking to the bottom of your pan, you can always use some water to deglaze your pan. It sounds really fancy, but all you're doing is just taking all of the stuff that's like stuck to the pan and putting it back inside of the food. It adds a little bit of flavor and it makes you look like you know what you're doing in the kitchen. So once you've sauteed the tofu and the spices, it's gonna start smelling so good in your kitchen. And that's when you're gonna wanna add some fire roasted tomatoes. So I'll let Derek open that can. This is a 28 fluid ounce can and you wanna get the big can. These are a little bit pricey, but they're so worth it. Yeah, they have so much more flavor than just like regular crushed tomatoes. I was amazed when you first made this. I was like, yo, why do these little tomato chunks taste so good? Yeah, you can see the little bit of like, I guess, I don't know if it's appetizing for people, a little bits of burned tomato on the top, but that's where the flavor is at. So next I've been instructed to fill this can halfway with water and put this back into the dish. I don't know where I learned that trick, but I just remember like always using the can that something came in to like measure the water for the same dish. I think it's to like get the flavor. Yeah, that's definitely something from like our parents' generation. Yeah. Like, don't want to waste any little bits that's in the bottom of the can. So I definitely do that, but it's really like a couple cups of water. So 2 cups of water is probably all you need. That's going to look a little bit soupy at first, but then it's going to like evaporate as you're cooking and simmering it. So after adding the fire roasted tomatoes, you're gonna want to add 3 cans of beans. So you can add like whatever varieties you want. We are going to add kidney beans, black beans, and chickpeas. If you're not adding any tofu to this dish, then add another can of beans just to like bump up the protein even further. Nice. Yo, she thick. So this chili is basically done. We're just gonna add 2 finishing touches. We're gonna add 2 teaspoons of Bragg's liquid aminos, and then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of Worcester sauce. Say it again. Read it and say it. Worcester sauce. What? But it's Worcestershire sauce, as most people in Canada say it, although my friend who's British told me how to say it. They say Worcester. Worcester sauce. Yeah. But it's cool because you can actually find vegan ones now. So usually they'll have like anchovies or fish paste or something in there, but they make fully vegan versions now. So let that simmer for about 20 minutes at this point. At least. At least, because that will impart some of the flavors. The reason why we're laughing is because one of the first times I made this chili, at this point I was like, it's done, let's eat it. And Derek was like, what is this?
It's like, yo,
not
is
even
this...
cooked through.
I'm like, yo, is this some raw chili you're trying to serve me here? So it actually has the nickname now of raw chili in our household. So whenever Crystal's making, I'm like, ooh, you making that raw chili again? But it's definitely, obviously not raw.
So make sure to simmer it for like at least 20 minutes to like impart some of that flavor. Also, a little bit of liquid will kind of evaporate off of it, so it'll get even like thicker.
Oh
and
yeah,
it'll
it'll concentrate
chunkier.
the flavors, yeah.
So we'll do that, and then we'll come back here, and then we'll taste it.
Yeah, nice.
Alright, so the chili's done, so let's eat it. I'm so excited. This is like my favorite meal.
Yeah.
I'll have like 4 bowls when we make it.
So Crystal's been making a lot of stuff lately because she's big on the batch cooking. I like to make a lot of my meals like individually, but you know, that's why she's been taking these recipes over because she's good at them.
I always have something in the Instant Pot going. I always have like a big batch of something.
Wow. It's so good.
No, I know. And you know what? Like chili or like spaghetti sauce or anything, I always find like it's always better like the next day.
It is.
But it's so good right now. But the next day, that flavor like melds together. It's
Yeah.
so good.
And this is definitely not raw like the ones you were doing in the beginning. Like this is well cooked and it's so much better this way.
I can't wait to have a bowl after this.
I know. I'm probably gonna have it with a little bit of like brown toast. It's so good with some whole wheat toast. So we know that it is delicious, but let's check Chronometer and see how nutritious it is. Check out the macros and you know what you get in each bowl. First, we'll look at the entire recipe. This is really the only way Chronometer shows a nice neat breakdown of the macros like this. So 21% of the calories are coming from protein, 65% coming from carbs, and 14% are coming from fats. So here's the nutrient breakdown if you were to eat the entire recipe, but it's a big recipe. So what we're more concerned about is per serving. So if we break this up into about 4 servings per recipe, here's what the nutrition label would look like. It's pretty cool that you can do this in Chronometer. It looks like the back of, you know, a can of soup or something like that. So 1 serving provides you with about 400 calories, less than 7 grams of fat, about 63 grams of total carbohydrates, 19 grams of fiber, which is a lot of fiber. There's 14.5 grams of sugar in there, which kind of surprised me, but we didn't add any, so those are all just naturally occurring sugars. 23.5 grams of protein, a good amount of vitamin A, almost 40% of your RDI of calcium and iron, which is amazing, and some vitamin C. So here's a more detailed look at the nutrient breakdown. If you want to pause it and have a look at any of these, go ahead. But yeah, you can see it's a very nutritious and very delicious meal. All right, so as you can see, it's super healthy, lots of protein in it, and it's really easy, especially because it's just cooked in like 1 pot or 1 saucepan. Great recipe, Crystal. Thanks for sharing this with us. But yeah, these the fire roasted tomatoes are fire. If you can, you know, if the budget allows, because they are a little bit more expensive, every time we get them, we're like, oh, is it worth it? I don't know.
Always worth it. It's always worth it.
All right, so I guess that's it for this video. Thank you so much, Crystal, for sharing this with us. And I hope you guys do make this. And if you do, definitely tag me on Instagram at Simnett Nutrition. Let me know what you think of it and show me your version because I love seeing your creations inspired by our recipes.
So give the video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.
See you guys. Bye-bye.